This is Waxing Pixels, the show that happens on Tuesdays on Battle Geek Plus that comes out as an audio podcast on Thursdays on iTunes and your favorite RSS feeds and whatnot.
Hi,
hey, Gabe, what's up?
You're always here. You're awesome.
Gabe, you are always here. Gabe's here even when we're not. Gabe is definitely...
A robot?
No. No, actually, that's one of Ryan's visitors that isn't a robot. So we've got that down.
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder.
We're not racist against robots, I swear.
Robotists?
Robotists? Yeah.
Like John Connor? Or Sarah Connor?
Exactly. All right, so on this show, we talk about video games and video game accessories. My name is Josh. With me, as always, I got Heather.
Hi.
Ryan.
Hey.
And who the hell's this guy?
Who am I?
This is... Ryan, you introduce him.
Come on, man.
Well, this is our good friend John, aka BoobTube, aka Magnetrex. He's one of our moderators. He's one of our moderators.
Enough with the clapping.
Oh, come on.
He's actually one of our moderators who is not moderating our chat right now because he's actually here.
Because he's lazy.
I'm watching the chat at this very moment, so in a small way, I'm keeping an eye on it.
Keeping an
Exactly.
eye on you, Gabe.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
I was going
last
Gabe.
but not least, we have Frank.
Moo.
Moo?
That's it. That's all you get.
Oh, okay.
I gave you extra time to think about it, too.
I decided to say moo before you opened your mouth. It was a
He
choice.
stuck to his guns, damn it.
Oh, hey, Gabe. Actually, one day maybe you'll be here with us in person and not able to moderate too.
Hey, let's not get those hopes too high.
Well, what if we got all the moderators here, like John, Chris, and Gabe?
So, like, all of our audience?
Yeah, pretty much all our audience.
Nice.
And then, like, nobody's moderating the chat.
Nobody's in the chat.
Absolute
Twitch
anarchy.
thinks that nobody's watching us because you're just all here. That would be absolutely...
It's anarchy, man.
It would be. Anarchy in the Twitch? No.
So, I just want to make it clear that it is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We just did a shit ton of shopping and whatnot. We've already had pumpkin pie. And don't expect too much from this podcast. I doubt it'll be too exceptionally long because it's the fucking holiday, guys. Like, who the fuck wants to work during the holiday week? I sure the fuck don't.
Atheists?
I was...
Hey, if you want a week off, you might as well just choose a holiday like everybody else. Let's see what Gabe's saying.
If I ever get very successful financially, it would be awesome to come over, says Gabe. But now, I'm just trying to live and game and watch anime.
I think that's
that
everybody's
sounds like
life,
us.
Yeah.
life goal.
Yeah.
Pretty much same.
Life goal.
Yep. That's the dream.
That is the dream.
That is most definitely.
All right, so if you've watched this show before, if you've listened to this show before, you know that we have a thing that the person who talks first, me, likes to introduce called What You Playin'.
Yay!
What You Playin' seems really weird with a G on it in text for those watching it live, but hey, it still works,
That does seem a little weird.
right?
Right.
Anyway,
What are you playing?
what? No, I go last.
Oh.
I go
If
first.
if you would like to lead the segment, we go Heather, Ryan, Frank, and then myself. Insert wherever you want to go into.
I'll go last. You know, I guess
Okay.
guest or something
Cool.
like that.
So go ahead and take it away.
All right. Well, me. I play games sometimes. I played a little bit more of Mario Odyssey. I am not very far. Like, I just got to Lake Kingdom or whatever.
Lake Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like the
And-
third world, I think.
Yeah, it's like the third main world.
It's a third world country.
Not quite.
Okay.
But I ended up, before I went there, I went back to the hat place,
Right.
Bonington or whatever. That's easily, so like, okay, I know there's other levels and shit, but the design for that level is my absolute favorite. Like, the fact that they're all ghosts and they're all wearing, and they're all like hats and like...
It looks Tim Burton.
It looks
Yeah,
Tim
very
Burton.
Tim Burton.
I fucking love it. But I will say that Mario Odyssey is not having the same kind of allure for me as some people, or even to the level of like Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Because the levels are getting bigger. as you progress, but it's pretty straightforward. You just have an objective when you get there. You go do that objective. You might have one or two other objectives, and then you can leave, provided you have the right number of moons. And it kind of gets a little repetitive to me. For now, I get to this level, and now I'm just gonna look for all these moons. Like, I don't know. I am enjoying it. I like the outfits. I like changing Mario into all these outfits and shit. So that's fun. And then I also continued with Corpse Party on the PS Vita. So I am short 2 endings and like 6 name tags. So I put a lot of effort into that last night. Actually, not too much effort. When I started having to put in real effort, I fucked up twice in a row, and I had to sit through like 10 fucking minutes of dialogue. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll do this later. So, but that's what I've been playing.
Well, anyways, I've been playing I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually got to a place in Horizon Zero Dawn that looks like a really nice city. Out of all the out of all the weird cities you go to in the game, and it looks very nice. I've also been playing Skyrim in VR, which is really amazing.
In VR? I didn't know they had that in VR.
Yeah, it actually just came out last week. Nice. Yeah, so I got it in VR, and it's pretty amazing. It feels like you're really there. But it's pretty intense because I was surrounded by a whole bunch of bandits in VR, and I was freaking out. I was like, holy shit, they're like all over the place.
I'm all gonna die.
And like a wolf jumped out in front of me and scared the shit out of me. Yeah. And that never happened to me on the console version.
Huh.
It had round rubber feet. Like a wolf.
I like a wolf.
And also, I couldn't broadcast here on Twitch last week on Friday and Saturday because my graphics card actually died.
Oh, you found out what the problem was?
Yeah, I found out what the problem was. The graphics card just... I tried to install, the older drivers, the newer drivers, but then it just kind of stopped responding altogether. So I sent in my graphics card, back to NVIDIA for an RMA, so hopefully they'll replace it pretty soon. So I had to buy like a cheap $30 graphics card, and so I could still use that, but I just can't play my Oculus or my Vive anymore, which is fine. I haven't been playing them much recently, and I was in a pretty bad mood last week, so I just didn't want to go on Twitch and kind of force myself to infect the stream because they say because they say if you're in a bad mood, don't go on Twitch. People are gonna see that.
Yeah, but is that all your? I mean, well, you said, because your graphic card's just totally taking a shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And but I will resume broadcasting this Friday and Saturday with the games I wanted to play last week, which are Fortnite and Sonic the Fighters.
Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
At least somebody is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's 2 down. Frank, what you playing?
Doom.
Yeah, I saw you playing Doom.
Like the Doom that we played on the Let's Play show back when?
Yeah.
How's it treating you?
It's good.
It's good.
Haven't you already beaten it?
Yeah. I had the urge to play it again, but this time I'm trying to get all the secrets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're playing like I play. You're like, the completion, I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can increase your weapons and armor and stuff.
And
oh my god, I'd be all like...
you can also unlock the classic levels, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
You can?
Yeah, you can play the classic Doom levels as the actual, actual Doom arena in the new game.
Yeah, that's right.
Like with the old graphics and everything?
Yeah, with the old graphics.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Have you gotten those yet?
Not all of them.
Okay. That would be pretty cool, though, to at least see that. Because I remember we played it on the show, and I was like, it's fun running up and hitting people really hard. And
I remember getting sick.
And yeah, I remember you not liking it because you were getting all motion sick watching other people play it. So
can't do it.
I've only experienced that while playing The Witness.
The Witness?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's you're on an island and there's puzzles to solve, and you solve each one.
Wait. I remember you playing that. I remember you were in a greenhouse area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't play that game for very long. I get motion sickness. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what
it might.
It's about.
Did you mess with the sensitivity of your mouse or anything like that?
No, I think it's how good the graphics are, because I had to put it down to low and medium. And it helps, but it's not. not everything.
All right, fantastic. Well, then I guess it comes down to what am I playing, which actually I'm not the final one this week, so as you decided to go last. So, for people who have been really keeping an eye on what I've been playing Sleeping Dogs still.
Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, I just got to... Well, like, I was kind of getting bored with it, and I was just trying to get through the story, and then finally I got far enough in the story that they started unlocking the side missions where I could get, like, the supercar. There's like 5 missions where basically the story is all these parts have been imported into Hong Kong for this wealthy industrialist to build this supercar that has like guns and an EMP and all this stuff, and it's black and it goes really fast.
Oh, I know what car you're talking about.
And I've done 2 of those missions so far. Right. One to get the ramming upgrade and one for the EMP, but I don't actually have the car itself yet. I think I gotta like actually get through all the missions. But I have to go through more story to unlock more of those missions. So, and last night, like, one of the story things I had to do was take a guy to a karaoke bar, find a bunch of girls to watch him do karaoke.
Oh, I remember that mission.
And then beat up some guys outside. And I was just kind of like, man, this was really boring until I got to hit a guy with a payphone.
I don't know. I would have been more interested in you suddenly having to beat up a bunch of prostitutes.
You know?
No, I think I remember that mission where you can ram a guy into like a fish tank.
Oh yeah. There's that too.
I know that mission. I haven't
earlier.
even played this game, and I know these missions.
Yeah, no, I was chasing after somebody, and every time I got to a different room, there was more gang members who were like trying to stop me from catching the guy. And there was in that room there was like the fish tanks with like the eels, and there was like the fish tanks you could ram people into. And then there were like the meat hooks from the ceiling.
Yeah, I remember.
You could like double leg somebody and then like just kind of put them onto it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
so
that made me go ew.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
brutal.
they're definitely a fast way to take care of enemies and a good way to get points. So I mean, unless you're good at headshots, then there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Played a little bit of Sunrise Kagura on the Vita the other night before I went to sleep, but nothing major. I've been meaning to start streaming Mario, and I was actually wanting to do that starting today, but afternoons are for Star Trek.
Don't you dare blame me.
I am.
Don't you dare blame me.
Yep,
Don't
I'm
you
gonna
dare.
blame you.
We had to go. You had to get blood work done today. We had to go shopping for Thursday, and for when we run out of turkey. Okay,
run out of turkey.
Me. Don't blame me.
How do you run out of turkey?
By eating it all.
What? No, we haven't even started the turkey. How are we going to run out of the turkey?
We will eventually run out of the turkey.
Eventually.
We run out of turkey when we find a better turkey.
When we find a better turkey.
Well, then you best start looking for a turkey because that turkey's not going to last very long.
It's time to go hunting, man.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Get you. I'll get you your favorite rocks.
All right. So.
Oh, right. Well, let's see. Last week I wrapped up a couple of games, one of them being Cuphead and the other one being Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale game. And I would have to say that, okay, Cuphead first, very frustrating, very, but also very rewarding when you beat the bosses and beat the entire game in general. After, as a matter of fact, Ryan and I just wrapped up a couple of vlogs for his channel, which you should check out at Battle Geek Plus at some point or another in the near future. So I highly recommend that. Yes. So all the details will be explained in that one. As for Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy, it was pretty fun for itself for the game. But the thing is that Telltale has the same type of repetitive formula where the overall plot of something happens, you make these decisions whether you want to be a nice guy, a mean guy, or just an absolute prick or whatever. And for some reason, it all just comes. The ending's pretty much all the same. And apart from those two, but it was still fun and entertaining. It's not really a waste of money or anything like that.
Right, okay.
And of course, I also did a little bit of VR for the first time over at your place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was pretty intense because I will be honest, that was like the first time in a very long time since I had a VR, and I was like a little kid back in the day at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk arcade area where they used to have the big.
With the fake VR?
Yeah, the fake VR. And back then, it was either this giant polygon deathmatch style type thing, or it was like Duke Nukem.
That reminds me of when I was a teenager at Circle Center Mall in Indianapolis. There was, I think it was one of the Dead or Alive games, but it was at an arcade. It was a Dead or Alive game, I think, and it had, instead of like controls though, you stood in this spot, and it was like really, really crude motion controls.
I think you know.
Like I just like punch my arm out and the person would do punches or something, or
yeah.
maybe it was I don't know. I feel like it was Dead or Alive, but I'm not exactly sure. It was so long ago. But yeah, I remember playing something like that. It was very, I don't know, the same sort of fake immersion sort of thing.
What did you try in VR?
It was the Shark Tank one.
Yeah.
Where I went underwater.
I would never. There's no way. No. I tried all those demos and I was like, no, I'm not doing the underwater shark thing. No.
I'm not really big on
you actually weren't that scared of it.
No, because I know it's not real.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
Well, actually, like my sister was frightened of that thing.
Yeah. That's because some people are more acceptable than others, you know, when it comes right down to it. But plus, I didn't have a whole lot of options. I mean, this shark was coming at me, and I was like, I wish I could punch it, or get a harpoon gun and shoot it, or something like that.
Don't worry, you were safe.
My favorite was Job Simulator.
Oh,
we didn't play that.
Oh, no!
We didn't have time to play it.
Oh my god, Job Simulator was the best. Like, I was actually talking to a new gal at work, and we were talking about video games and stuff, and she said that she has the PSVR headset.
Yeah.
And I was telling her that you had it, and then I remember that I got to play all those demos, and my favorite was Job Simulator, and she started laughing at me, and I was like, no, you don't understand. Throwing hot dogs at customers in a convenience store was everything I've ever dreamed it was.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll play that, John.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
And let's see, I'm planning on getting South Park, The Fracture But Hold at some point next week or the week after.
I just had a coworker of mine he bought that. Because I was telling him that there's a streamer that Josh watches, and right now she's in the middle of playing that, I think.
She's already beaten it. Sadistic Kitten.
Okay, yeah. So, but I remember seeing her play it and being actually quite impressed with how the gameplay works. So it's like, turn-based RPG style, but you can, also move your characters around and it's like strategy and stuff. And I was really impressed with that. And so I was telling him about it, and he was like, oh, well, getting on his phone, I bought it.
And I'm going to get back to streaming again, playing Murdered Soul Suspect.
Yeah, actually Heather's finished that, right?
I played that a little bit, and and it just felt so contrived. I didn't play it afterwards because it just felt so mundane and standard. You just go from point A to point B. I mean, well, as a ghost, going through certain objects, but not all the objects. Which you would think, if you're a ghost, you could just go through.
Well, the idea behind it is that the parts that you could not go through were part of the astral plane that you were a part of as a ghost, and they were from Salem's past. So that was the point behind that. I understood it, but it very much.
There are no ghost boats or shacks.
I mean, yeah, it was a really neat idea, but. I don't know, like, there were a lot of issues with the controls. So, like, even parts that you were supposed to be able to walk through, you couldn't, or you would clip, and you get stuck, and it's super annoying. I understand your point about, you go from point A to point B, and that's pretty much all you do. It's basically just it's a story-driven detective game. There's almost, there's, like, no combat. Like, there's combat in terms of if you get caught, you die.
There's barely any combat.
It's basically you have to avoid enemies. That's all the combat there is.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it because it was different. I liked the story. I wasn't shocked at the ending in the slightest. But I did enjoy it. But I know what you mean about it feeling, just.
Well, apparently I wasn't the only one. I mean, IGN gave it a really poor review as well.
Well, nobody listens to IGN anyway, so whatever.
Star Fox 2 wasn't in 4K. 2 out of 12.
What was this? We got...
Sammy.
Oh yeah, what up,
Hey,
Sammy?
Sam. How's it going,
I
Sammy?
can't read what it says.
Oh,
What
and
was it?
also-
Sammy's just doing
know-
chat commands.
Oh.
I know probably Gabe's just watching just now. He just followed me on Twitter. Thank you very much, Gabe.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
All
one
right.
more follower.
Oh yeah, awesome. Oh yeah, also too, John. I made you play Kitchen.
Oh yeah, of course, the
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Oh, that one.
And I was just
yeah.
like, all I did was knock over a lamp, and that was about it. I couldn't just like swung at the crazy woman or anything else.
Yeah.
She was just crawling all over me, and despite me being a regular human being, I was like, I turned my head at 360, and my whole head just turned around as well.
You're just like being an owl. You're like, ah.
Well, part of the fun with the kitchen wasn't actually playing the kitchen; it was watching other people play the kitchen who hadn't seen
Yes.
it. So,
I remember
at
whenever...
least that's when Ryan brought it over.
Yeah, whenever you brought it over and, you know, we were letting everybody try it because it was around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and so I just remember letting Michael play it. And, like, it was so funny. He was just sitting there and he was just kind of like, oh, okay. And he, like, goes through the whole thing, and whenever she's like crawling all over you, he was like, ah! Like, it was fun times. It was fun times.
Gabe says, and this is related to what you're playing, says, I'm just sitting here wondering what to do with this chow that I'm raising in Sonic Adventure 2 on GameCube. What you need to do, Gabe, is start setting aside money now because that chow's going to be going to college before you know it.
College ain't cheap, yo.
Yeah, seriously, especially if you're an American.
It says
Yeah.
Chow. Is
Chow,
it?
yeah. They're the little creatures that you find in the stages in Sonic Adventure. And then you go to this place called the Chow Garden, and they're all there, and you can give them things
Oh, is
to
that
make them
Chode
grow.
Garden? What?
Chode Garden?
Chode Garden. Oh, God.
The Gooch Grove. The Chode
I like that
Garden.
one.
So,
All right.
anywho, let's move on. We are on kind of a time frame here tonight. We're going to go to our topics. We got 4 topics as always. I asked Ryan for 2. He went above and beyond.
As usual.
Like always.
And first topic is Rampage.
The trailer.
Although I'm not so stoked about it, actually.
Yeah. So there was a trailer that dropped for a movie based on the Rampage games. If you remember the Rampage games, you got a gorilla, a lizard, a wolf, giant monster type things, and you are on a screen where there's buildings and stuff, and you punch the buildings and you eat the people and try not to get shot much, things like that. I remember playing a little bit of it. I remember there was a Nintendo 64 version of it. I
Yeah.
played
Oh my
that
god,
too.
yes.
Yeah, that was a
I
fun
played that a
one.
lot.
But there was a trailer for the movie starring Dwyane Johnson and a CGI gorilla. And,
Named George.
Yes, named George. And
Is he of the jungle?
he is.
Ooh.
And
Watch out for that tree.
Ugh.
and
Well,
Man,
we-
you knew what you were
John.
getting into when you walked through that door.
Yes, I did.
and
I would be meeting you in person for the first time.
we watched the trailer and we kind of had some impressions about it.
Like it's a dumb idea.
Well,
Well,
there's that.
I saw the trailer when I saw Justice League last Sunday, and I was like, at least the buildings are there.
I mean,
That's,
okay.
that's the only thing I was really looking for.
John, you look like you're physically hurt by this trailer.
This is one of my favorite arcade games growing up. And I know Hollywood has had a very, very bad streak when it comes to adapting video games to movies. And it has become an overall 90% failure more often than not. But this... It reminds me of all of those cheesy monster movies like Giant Cobra versus Sharknado type things you see on the Sci-Fi Network.
Okay, you know what? If that's what they had done instead of pouring multi-millions of dollars into this fucking thing and got Dwayne Johnson in it, like, it would have worked probably, maybe.
That's why
Who
they
knows?
got a headliner like Dwayne Johnson to be in the movie. And plus, the graphics are so much better because it's produced by Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema, so of course it's going to be with sharper quality and everything else.
Well, I was hoping Dwayne Johnson would either play the gorilla or do the voice of the
That
gorilla.
that would be a bad idea, to be honest with you. Because that would be a bad idea, especially if Dwayne Johnson is half black.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even consider that.
That would be like that time we did that sketch video about the
He said it,
Assassin's
folks,
Creed
not me.
about the Assassin's Creed glitch.
yeah.
But we all have dark hair, so when we looked at the
right,
screenshot,
yeah.
it looked like we were doing blackface.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
it
that
would be
one,
that
yeah.
kind of bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which
And I mean, just okay. And this, like, I knew that this thing existed. I didn't bother watching the trailer until today because I didn't care. I knew it was going to be just terrible. And the second that like George was infected or whatever, and then the scientist lady was all like, "Have you ever heard of gene editing? It's very unstable and unpredictable." And I'm like, "No, that's not how this science works." And I was just like, "Oh, fuck this movie already." So, and then it was like, "Oh, you haven't even heard of the 30-foot wolf?" And then, like, in the trailer, he's like, "I'm going to save you, George, but I'm going to destroy that 30-foot wolf."
Yeah.
Mer. Yeah.
Monster movies usually don't have a happy ending, so...
No. Oh, and then, of course, Lizzie the Lizard is not a lizard, but a crocodile because possible copyright infringement with giant lizards attacking cities. So.
instead they decided to copy off 90s American Godzilla instead of classic
That's
Godzilla.
a good point. That's a good
You
point.
mean Placid Lake?
Because all reptilians look alike.
Or no,
anyway.
Lake Placid, that's the name of the movie.
You remember like 90s Godzilla, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
okay.
Matthew
I
Broderick.
was just... Never mind.
That's a lot of fish.
Because
That's
Lake
all fish,
Placid
yeah.
actually is a crocodile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe they'll
Gotcha.
do the same thing with the movie, except a pile of bananas.
That's a lot of bananas.
That's a lot of bananas.
You were bananas.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Yeah, they're probably got that line in the movie.
Yeah, but another thing I really didn't like is that they started off it looks like they're starting off the movie with animals and not with people, because in the Rampage video game, when your when your monster dies or whatever, you shrunk back into a human being who's
Yeah.
naked.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And see, I think another thing that really ticked me off was as soon as there was dialogue in the trailer, it was an almost mocking line about how Dwayne Johnson his character preferred animals over people. Like it sounded very condescending, and I was just all like,
It's like the equivalent.
I was like, whoever just asked that question, fuck you. You know.
It's kind of like the equivalent of like what a woman would say about cats or something like that, right? Cats get me or something.
Yeah, I mean, crazy cat lady. Oh, they just
So
get me.
so Dwayne Johnson is the crazy ape man?
No, he's just more or less the go-to guy for good and bad action movies nowadays.
I actually, a couple days before, I saw someone posted two screenshots right next to each other. It was Dwayne Johnson in the new Jumanji and Dwayne Johnson in that jungle scene from Rampage. And it was all like, did Dwayne Johnson just like film two different movies in the same jungle in the same costume, like at the same
He
time?
did look like that, because he wore the cargo pants and the shirt and everything
Yeah, he's got
else.
the pockets.
Which,
and
okay,
everything.
you all might want to shoot me, but I actually was interested in seeing Jumanji because after watching the trailer, I was like, this is going to be hilarious as fuck. And then I just never
I think
watched it, so.
Sammy has the best take here in the chat. Sammy says, "I just watched the trailer and I think this movie will be great to watch drunk."
Exactly.
Of course.
Of course.
there you
That's
go.
the only way we
Yeah,
can watch
Every
it.
terrible movie is great when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Like I can't go through Superman Returns sober.
Is that why I see most movie theaters serving alcohol now?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe
might
because the
be.
movies are getting worse. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me think about whenever you and Ryan did your...
I was just thinking about that
Yeah,
Dragon
yeah,
Beer
the
GT.
Dragon Beer.
We did a watch through. We filmed ourselves watching. No, not Dragon Beer
It
GT.
was
Dragon Beer
Evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Dragon Beer GT is the thing I didn't do. Dragon Beer Evolution. We watched Dragon Ball Evolution while drinking beers. Ryan threw food at my PlayStation.
He got in trouble.
Yeah, I was drunk.
I ended up cutting that down to like 5 minutes, that whole video. But yeah, that was... Dragon Beer GT is the one I haven't done because I don't know if I want to get drunk for 60-something episodes straight.
No.
So,
So,
yeah.
I'd rather you still have a functioning liver.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, drunk movie. Probably the best way to watch this,
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
right?
I'll wait until it comes out on Netflix or some bootleg version myself.
But still drunk watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying
why not?
you need to like sneak like a bottle of whiskey like in with you to the movie theater, like with a little straw going up your
Well,
shirt.
I'm not going to pay $10 for one small cup of beer. I mean, come on.
Right?
It's movie theater prices. Let's not forget that.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's almost as bad as ballpark prices.
Oh boy. So yeah, Rampage movie. Final predictions. Terrible.
Terrible.
Not watching it.
Not interested.
All right.
I am interested in the booze, though. We can do the booze. So.
Right.
What's the time frame?
Oh, we're looking at 30-37.
30-37?
Battlefront 2!
Thank you.
Next topic.
EA caves in.
Battlefront 2 caves in. Apparently the entire game just had a cave in. Now, Ryan.
Yes.
Am I saying this correctly? Did the game itself just cave in, or what's going on?
You kind of said
like a bad
kind of in a way.
What's going on?
So what happened is because of the massive backlash of the in-game purchases, EA got rid of all the in-game purchases, and you actually have to unlock characters with your skill
or money.
So let me correct that. EA said they got rid of the microtransactions for the time being.
Yeah,
they will be installing them later. So microtransactions will be a thing again, probably more than likely around holiday time, so that all us responsible adults that have the ability to be like, no, EA, don't do that. And we're not going to buy your game, and we're going to boycott it. And then the EA is like, oh, no, don't do that. So they take out the microtransactions to keep the adults happy who could buy the game right now. And then whenever the holidays come and, little Timmy and Miss Susie want this game and parents are going to buy it for them, by that time the microtransactions will be there. And then the cycle starts all over
Mommy,
again.
I want Darth Vader.
Yeah. So the way I see it is that everyone who has all the unlockable characters, enjoy them while they last, people. Or either that or just step up your A game and just level up as fast as you can.
Well, if you can level up in time before they reopen the microtransactions.
You'd be surprised. A lot of diehard streamers out there who spend so many countless hours on end on Twitch, man.
Oh, yeah.
I can't read what Gabe says.
Gabe said that he's going to try and catch the movie while it's on TV because it's not really
Words.
just kind of meh. The movie will be meh. Kind of reminds me of the more recent monster movies. Probably just watch it on TV.
Oh yeah, and also said, Gabe says never make Disney upset everyone. Yeah, okay. So like, what happened with like the Battlefront thing is like the head of EA was chewed out by the head of Disney for all the microtransactions. So the head of Disney like tore him a new one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's something I didn't
But
know.
I will say that I did read an article yesterday about how the creator of Plants vs. Zombies was fired by EA because when they were making Plants vs. Zombies 2, he refused to put microtransactions in the game, so they canned him.
Yep.
Oh my god. Leon Lush just liked one of my tweets.
Who?
Leon Lush, YouTuber, music man.
Oh, cool.
Woo!
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is great.
Spicy back pain!
Spicy, hey, Spicy.
Spicy!
Hey,
EA is
Spicy.
a jerk.
Who are you?
Spicy is
Josh's new boyfriend?
one of my favorite streamers. He lives up in Canada and he streams retro games. I caught him one Monday night going into Tuesday doing something called Turtle Tuesday, where he plays the classic NES Turtles game, the one with the water level and all that.
Right.
Going through that, which he speedruns that as intended, no glitches or anything like that. And him and my childhood best friend Christopher, our friend and our music guy for this, pretty much fight back and forth for who is the best in the world at playing Ninja Turtles right now.
I hope your face is painted like a zombie right now, or a ghoul.
I like turtles.
Right?
Great tossing meme right there.
Other than that, like on his other days, he plays like classic point and click adventures from like the 80s and 90s. I've watched him play like Police Quest, Space Quest. Are you gonna do Police Quest 4? You ever gonna finish that? I mean, if not, we can just always do more Donatello's Quest.
Well, it seems like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
Okay, no. The important question that needs answering is, have you made your cat's bed yet? Spicy. I need to know this.
Oh, he needs to see your Ankh tattoo. We were just talking about that last night.
Oh, does he? Oh, you made your kitty's bed. Yay. Do you really want to see my tattoo? Because I can show you.
It's on your arm.
I mean, I'd have to... Okay, let me...
Yeah, do that.
Oh my god, okay, so in the meantime, Oh my god, I'm blowing up now.
Oh, that's awesome.
He said my man's commute game is on another level entirely. Yes.
Wow.
That's tattoo number 1. And then I also have my Thundercats tattoo. Thundercats, ho,
God.
bitches.
So, yes. But yeah, Spicy's pretty cool. He's also an animator. He animates all of his openings and endings and stuff, and he has creative streams where he animates stuff.
Thanks, Gabe.
One time...
That's a goth tattoo,
That's a goth tattoo for sure.
Well, goth is my subculture, so I guess you are correct in that.
So yeah, it was pretty rad. But Spicy, he's normally on at 10 p.m. Pacific time, which is 11 Mountain time. And a lot of the people that watch him are in other countries where it's daytime. So that's part of the reason I don't stream late at night, is because I'm too busy watching Spicy back pain.
Right.
So
there are many a nights when I say, honey, you need to come to bed. And he's all like, but I'm watching Spicy. And I'm like, fine, whatever. And then he comes to bed and he's watching Spicy on his phone. And I was like, oh, you couldn't just leave him in the living room. We had to bring him into our bed, too. So, that's a almost nightly conversation.
it's my favorite show.
Well, I mean, there aren't really ads.
Damn
So.
Aussies.
No, there aren't.
Not yet, anyway.
Right?
Not yet.
Anywho.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
So yeah,
Spicy Back
we didn't have much to say about EA other than fuck EA and
Eat my
Battlefront 2.
ass,
It's
yeah.
still gonna end up being a game with microtransactions. So Clock, what are you doing?
He's trying to bag
We have a
himself.
cat.
Clock, stop.
He wants to
Please
go
stop.
back to Sprouts.
I want to go back. I want to go back. Yeah.
Weird cat.
That's convenient.
He's inside the bag.
Got a bag full of cat.
Yeah.
The cat's in the bag. The cat's in the bag.
Damn it.
Wow.
Beat me to it.
Now I understand that line.
Understand what line? What?
Cat's out of the bag.
Cat's
Oh.
out of the bag.
Now the cat's in the bag right
It's a
now.
good opportunity.
Now he's gonna scream at the door because Josh closed it.
He knew the consequences when he went into that bag.
Is that an earthquake?
Well, it's California.
Oh, there's going to be one eventually, and you guys are going to be either broken off, or falling right into the ocean. I mean, that's LA for you, though.
As long as there's still net neutrality in the ocean,
Oh God!
then we're good there.
Might as well talk about it because hashtag trending all over Twitter today.
That is our next topic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes! Look at that!
Oh, net neutrality.
I think you misspelled that.
You get a gold
No.
star.
Net neutrality. No,
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Well, if I spelled it right, it goes
Oh, I
hard to
can't
see.
read
3812.
38-ish.
So you guys may be wondering, why are we talking about this subject when it's all about video games? Well, the reason is that it affects everybody on the internet, including online streamers as well. So, of course, Congress again, or more or less the dickhead who runs the FCC, I forgot his name because I called him a retard on Twitter earlier.
I don't know. Asshole Miss McFacefuck. I don't know.
That's on like Facebook.
Anyways,
I like that.
This is supposed to be a family stream.
sorry
Oh,
about
is
that.
it? I wasn't aware. I apologize.
Anyways, he proposed a plan, and apparently it's being pushed more further towards Congress to the point where instead of paying for one general utility for internet, you have to pay for separate accounts, pretty much. One for email, one for YouTube, one for Facebook, messaging as well for separate payments. And I'm just like, you know what? Screw that.
We're moving to Canada. Spicy, we'll see you soon.
Oh yeah, Vancouver is just a stone throws away.
Yep.
Or Mexico, actually. Screw it.
Either or.
Go to Mexico.
There's either snow or heat. Pick one.
Well, they don't have spicy back pain in Mexico. They have heavy burrito there.
But I do know that in Portugal right now, that's exactly how the internet is set up, where you pay for a package, and that package allows you for certain things. So you pay for one package to get video streaming, like Netflix and Twitch and stuff like that, and you have to pay money for another package just to be able to access your email, and you have to pay for another package to be able to do anything else. So,
just move to
yeah,
Spain.
it's stupid. It's a shit idea, and it's basically going to ruin the world, and yeah, so...
But the thing is that apparently Donald Trump is actually backing this as well. So,
Donald Trump will back anything.
Well,
that-
he has the
Back
money
right
to
to
pay
it.
for it,
they'll have
so
to back right into fist right the ass. I'm sorry about that. You might want to cut that out. Anyways,
well, it's live.
It's live, but post edit.
But yeah. So if y'all are in the U.S., you need to be getting a hold of your representatives and
your Congress.
Your Congress, and being all like, hey, yo, this is a bad idea. There are text bots out there. There are phone numbers out there that do help you just like cycle through representatives. The last time this came up, I did that, and I went through like 8 or 9 phone numbers, and I only got one voicemail. All the others, assistants answered, and basically you just say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and usually websites at like the apps and everything in these phone numbers will give you a script to read, and you basically just say, this is my name, and you spiel off the little spiel, and then they usually end up asking you where about you live, what's your county, what's your zip code, and whenever you're done with the phone call, you can stay on the line and it'll go to the next number, and you just keep going. And I did that a couple days in a row. So it's definitely something that everybody should be concerned about. It is not good for anybody.
Especially if you like watching Twitch, or streaming games, or playing online
just checking
games.
your damn email.
Yeah, watching us.
If you hate cable because of how they package everything, it's basically going to end up being the same thing, only worse. And it's highly suggested that you use phone calls instead of texting and faxing, because that's great that you can do it that way because you don't have to interact with anybody. However, the phone calls are something that people in those offices pay more attention to.
Yeah, like I heard they got like over 2 million phone calls today.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see. What's Gabe saying?
Gabe says, how many times will net neutrality get threatened? Well, in the U.S., I would say probably as long as this current administration is going on, about once every few months, along with healthcare.
I am convinced that it will continue to be threatened until there's an amendment added to our Constitution labeling it as what it is, which is a utility.
I think there are some people who are actually trying to work on that sort of thing.
Which I do know that there are people working on it. I do know that the American Civil Liberties people, I think it's the ACLU. They are currently mounting a case against this repeal if it passes. Yeah. So they are ready to fight. So
that's good. Right. That's good. But even if this hypothetically does pass or kill off net neutrality, of course, every other states will probably find some loophole or way around it. I know.
Well, see, now that the problem will end up being, we can't let the federal government micromanage us, and then they're like, states' rights, and then when the states are all like, okay, well, net neutrality, we want that, then the corporations will be like, no, federal government! Let's see, Sammy,
The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, says Sammy in the chat.
That's actually a pretty good line.
Wait. Wasn't that said by Picard?
Maybe.
I think it was a line by Picard to Worf in Star Trek. I think.
That quote... Maybe.
I can Google it right now.
You're quoting the
future.
We
do have the power of the internet without having to pay an exorbitant amount of fee just to Google something.
$5, please.
$5 per Google search. Goes to your local Donald Trump vacation.
And also, isn't it going into vote like December 14th, I think?
December 14th, yeah. So,
yes.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who are watching right now or later on in the post-edit, whatever on YouTube, just do what you can. Get a hold of your Congress wherever you are in the U.S. because this is very important.
Exactly, yeah.
It will never stop being threatened. I know, it's very sad to think about it that way, Sammy, but as you said, the price of freedom is constant vigilance, so we need to keep up on that to save the internet.
Leonard H. Courtney who said that line.
Oh,
okay. Awesome.
Okay, they must have used... I remember reading somewhere they must have ended up using that line in Star Trek because it was, it's a great fucking line. It's something exactly that Picard would say.
Exactly. So, anywho, we got one more topic for the night. Because, like I said, Ryan went above and beyond. And we're looking at that pretty much right at 45 minutes. Black Friday.
How dare you?
America's second biggest holiday.
Your face is being hidden. Sorry.
Yeah.
America's second biggest holiday behind the Super Bowl.
Now I'm on the Frank level.
Welcome to my level. Isn't it great?
We're
Let's get down here.
My level is the best level.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Get on my level.
I already am.
So now
All
there's
right.
2 of you on the
Now
level.
you're thinking Frank.
Frank,
All right.
Yeah.
So
make out.
we didn't really have.
No, that's a $5 charge.
There was
Only
really
$5? That's a steal.
Can you
That's
bring
the
it
first
towards-
time.
Oh.
There was really no link attached to this topic, Black Friday, when I looked at what we were doing on the show. So, Ryan, John, what about Black Friday?
We decided, well, Black Friday is this Friday, and is anyone getting anything on Black Friday?
This is
I'm getting a paycheck because I'm going to work.
Yeah!
I've never really done it at Black Friday. I have family members who have and my friends, but I just never really saw the point. But I do enjoy the day after, the weekend video clips of people from major cities just trashing Best Buys and Walmarts.
Walmart.
Just
Oh my
Especially,
God.
especially Walmart.
it's just
Walmart.
it's human.
Up here is Walmart.
It's the pivotal moment of what human nature really is. Just breaking down to their most basic instincts just to grab something that's 40 to 50% off.
Yeah.
Arguing over a new flat screen TV.
Yeah.
Now, Frank, Ryan,
Yes.
I know both of you have participated in Black Friday sales before.
Yes.
I stood with you, Frank, in a line at Toys R Us a few years ago, right after I got off work working Black Friday at Best Buy back in the day.
I must have been sleeping.
You must have been. This is actually the first year I will not be working on Black Friday since like 2010.
Yeah!
So I am not going anywhere except for maybe jiu-jitsu class. But yeah, Frank, you planning on doing anything for Black Friday? Stopping anywhere?
Working, maybe see what Steam has, go on some ads, Best Buy, Target, see what's going on.
All right, Ryan.
I think Black Friday, the only thing I want to buy is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Switch.
Which didn't you say that you hadn't even played the game on the PS4?
Okay, this is what happened I bought it for Black Friday last year for the PS4, but I never played it, so I sold it on eBay. Then after that, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to finally give it a chance. So I think I'm going to pick it up for the Switch. I will play through the first one on the PS4 because I actually got that for like $5 last year, during the PlayStation Christmas sale.
Okay, so here's the thing. The only thing that's really going to be ruined by you playing the first one on the PS4 and then switching to another console to play the second one is that you do in Xenoverse 2, and the game's been out for a long time, so spoilers, I guess, but whatever. You do end up interacting quite a bit with your character from the first Xenoverse.
Oh, really? Oh,
The first Xenoverse, you get recruited to Time Patrol, and you do all this going through Dragon Ball stuff. And then in the second one, you're a new character, gets recruited to Time Patrol, which has grown, and the city's bigger, and all this other stuff's going on, and all these great things. And partway into your quest during the story mode, you end up coming across pretty much the legendary Time Patroller who saved all the universes and time itself last time.
And that was you!
You, yes.
Oh, shit.
And
So
you do different missions and stuff like that. Like, the guy never talks or anything. But yeah, bam, right there. Because I remember I originally started out Xenoverse 2 with the same name and the same look as my Xenoverse 1 character.
Right.
And then I ran into my Xenoverse 1 character. I was like, well, this is stupid. So I actually restarted the game, which I wasn't that far in, as a completely new character.
Right. Well, but yeah, I remember last year after I left your Thanksgiving party, I actually just went to Best Buy. I just went to Best Buy just for the hell of it, just for fun. And then when I was in the parking lot, I saw a whole bunch of discarded TV boxes just just lying there right in the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe says, hoping there are good deals this time. Last year for me, the pre-Black Friday sales I took advantage of were better than the actual Black Friday sales. And you know what? That's true, except for some of the doorbusters and whatnot, Best Buy being an example. I used to work there. their Black Friday sales usually went on for like a week. And for like when I worked at Pacific Sales kitchen appliances, their Black Friday sales went on for a month.
Damn.
So, you know, like it was like just Black Month.
Yeah, actually.
But not like, that sounds really bad now that like I put it that way.
Yeah, well, actually last year's like Black Friday week, that's when I bought my smart TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I was actually originally planning on just not leaving my place at all and just being like, I don't know, maybe I'll pick up something on Amazon or whatever. But then like someone who works at Amazon said in a tweet, you know, being all like, you're the reason I have to work on Thursday. And I'm just kind of all like, all right, my bad. I won't buy anything on Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, no. Like, if you're going to buy anything, like, for the special sales, like, wait till Cyber Monday.
Yeah, there's that too.
You know?
So
I do not participate in Black Friday. My mom and my sisters always got up and went out and shopped for what? I don't fucking know, but they did. And I usually work. I remember when I worked nights at the IHOP back home, we had to deal with the crowds of people getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning to go stand in line, and they would come in and eat first. So,
you're gonna have your strength to bulldoze people in front
I
of you.
know, right? Knock over that 82-year-old grandma.
Doom on everyone.
And screaming something like, Grandma didn't get run over by a reindeer. She got run over by me!
I got the last Transformer!
Grandma suplex!
Yeah, exactly. The only time I leave my house on Black Friday is if I have to work, which I am working. I could have not worked. I could have not picked up a shift. But I'm working a wedding on Black Friday. Who the fuck gets married on Black Friday?
Atheists.
It's not a religious holiday. Like, come on.
Corporate atheists.
And even worse, it's almost 150 people in one of our smaller venues, and we are going to have a huge problem because the location is not meant to hold that many people, and we're going to have an issue with the bathrooms. So when everybody gets drunk and starts going to the bathroom, it's just, there's going to be a huge line because everyone's like, the bathrooms aren't working, and it's like, no, they're efficient, quote-unquote efficient toilets, and they have to like fill, it takes them literally like 10-15 minutes to fill back up with water for them to flush properly, and then people just keep going in and using them. They're like, oh, they're overflowing, and it's like, or are you stuffing an entire roll of toilet paper in there? So that's going to be my Friday.
Actually, like one of my favorite things to do on Black Fridays is, you know, like just drive around to all the shopping places and see how the lines are, and people.
That's a really weird hobby.
People have tents too.
Oh I saw a news story of the first guy who already started camping outside of a Best Buy, I think, or a Target or something, and it was November 10th, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Are there any good products, video game products to buy on Black Friday? Or
I mean, sometimes there's like bundles or something.
Oh yeah.
Frank's bought like
Humble bundles.
Humble bundles.
Yes.
Yeah, I got my 3DS on Black Friday.
Yeah,
and it was stolen.
Oh yeah.
And then I bought another one on Black Friday.
Actually, I got my PS4 on Black Friday a couple of years back. You know, it actually came with The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5 and the camera.
It's not like you're getting like a PlayStation for $10 or something, but you know, there is a discount there.
Yeah.
So, but Frank, you
Yeah.
were going to say something when Heather was talking about weddings.
Having a wedding on Black Friday, it's probably to take advantage of the gathering of your relatives on Thanksgiving.
Okay, that makes sense. That works. I'll accept it.
So,
Ba-da-ba.
Nice. That's Frank.
that's Frank. So, yeah, anywho, those are our topics for the evening. We're out of them. We're out of topics. Topics are gone.
Yay.
That's great. Man.
We've talked about everything.
Do you want to talk to do you have any questions for your very first glamorous host on your 60th episode?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but this is
How
our 60th.
tall are you?
6'4". And no, I'm terrible at basketball.
I wasn't going to ask.
I get a lot of people who ask me
I
that.
bet.
What about karate?
No, I don't know jujitsu, but I know ju hit you. Yeah, I hit you in the face. That's a classic line right there. I did do some training. I did do some Pyongyang training in college once when I was doing some Buddhism, and that's mostly a martial arts with a bow staff. And that's how usually some monks defended them. It's an art that monks, Buddhist monks defend themselves. I'm a little sloppy, of course, and I've been meaning to get back into it.
Probably because how tall you are.
Yeah, I think it's also that as well.
But, okay, so we got people who came in after we introduced you earlier, like Spicy, for example. Who are you? What do you do? Where can we find your stuff?
Oh, right, yeah. Since you got a big-time streamer like Spicy, maybe he follows YouTube. If you happen to follow YouTube, I review a whole wide variety of other YouTubers' short films and web shows, and I give an honest rating, like 1 to 5, 0 to 5 ratio. I'm an internet critic, but mine's a little bit unique in a way where I focus on more of the YouTube types of stuff. So, and give off a little bit of a skit comedy and everything else over on my YouTube channel, The BoobTube. So if you guys happen to come across it, it's youtube.com/TheBoobTube, all one word. And I also do movie review vlogs, mostly just to keep the monetization up, because all my BoobTube reviews have been demonetized because of the whole adpocalypse, which...
Adpocalypse.
Yeah, right? And I figured I'd just keep my BoobTube reviews unmonetized, because I got thanks to Connell Macbeth's advice, aka Dr. Terawatt, who just recently, I just recently reviewed on one of his 2-part videos of his origin, because that guy has quite the interesting history. It's not like he's some insano type wannabe. He's actually very interested and great when it comes to the mad scientist, comedic mad scientist genre.
He used to be Dr. Holocaust.
Yeah, he used to be Dr. Holocaust, but he had to do the name change.
Now I know who you're talking about.
But he had to change his name.
Well, I think it was mostly because he just wanted to...
I understand the name change.
Well, I mean, he was thinking about it for a long time, even before the apocalypse. It was just mostly just a change-up. When a YouTuber does one thing for a very long time, they figure it's high time to do something else. So that's what he did. He figured he'd do Dr. Terawatt, mostly because I think it's something to do with the central theme of his... energy relying on terawatts or something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, his character has his love interest named Tara and something else, and that sort of thing. And if you guys happen to watch the video, I highly recommend it. It's pretty good, pretty decent.
And also, we've done some crossovers with you too.
Yes, I do like to do network, and I like to do crossovers. So if you guys do like to network with me for any future reviews or whatever, feel free to hit me up. Even any internet critics on Channel Awesome, if you guys happen to be listening to this on YouTube or whatever, I'm more than happy for a crossover. Even the big guy himself, if he happens to be listening, wink, wink, Doug Walker, wink. But overall, I like you guys very much, and I know most of you have mixed feelings about me when it comes to Twitter, but the thing about me on Twitter is I like to play fast and loose, kind of like some commentators do. So, but I'm a very nice guy once you get to know me. I got 4 references right here, as you can see.
Hello.
Yes. And I know there's a few more, but I don't want to say the names or anything like that. So, But if you guys want to hit me up, feel free to hit me up. I'm pretty active, like 90% of the time on Twitter. So hit me up on the DMs or whatever once you follow me.
On the DMs.
Yeah, pretty much.
DMs.
I do have an
Not
official.
on the down low.
I do have a business email, which is pretty much just my Yahoo thing, but I check on it every now and again. But yeah.
And
Was that a follow we received?
Yeah, I was waiting for an opening.
See, told you.
Valued Polecat, 65? Oh, there we go. I can't see your number. I think it's 65.
65,
yeah.
maybe.
Valued Polecat, thank you for following us. We are Battle Geek Plus and John, the BoobTube.
Yes.
Who was our guest tonight. We are wrapping up our talk show right now, Waxing Pixels. It's something that comes out on... We record it on Tuesdays live, and Heather puts it together, and it comes out on Thursdays as a podcast.
Keep talking, keep talking. We got about 30 more seconds. We can hit the 1 hour mark.
Exactly.
We go over 1 hour all the time now.
So Ryan's still got to do stuff, and I still got to do stuff. So we're.
Are we gonna play anything tonight? Are we gonna stream anything?
Well, I brought some games over, but.
Oh, okay.
That would be so much fun. I wish I could stay, but
Oh yeah, also John, you also play games on Twitch too.
Yes, I do. If you happen to catch me, check me out on twitch.tv/BoobTubeGaming. But the word boob is replaced with 2 zeros because Twitch tends to block that sort of thing with the negative words. It is true because there's no other BoomTube gaming, man. It's just the way they filter it out, you know.
And
kind of like,
and also like we host you too, so basically just watch us, and then and whenever you're playing games on Twitch, we host you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Much obliged.
All right, and you're also one of our chat moderators, but you're here in person now.
Yes,
I mean, he's sort of moderating.
I am.
Yeah.
The chat.
The chat looks pretty good right now tonight.
That's great.
Thanks for your vigilance.
Yes.
Anyway, Ryan.
Actually, Valued Polecat is asking some questions. Oh. What are our dream cars? Well, let's see. I like the DeLorean and the Batmobile. It's kind of hard to decide which one, though.
The Turtle Van.
Oh, that too, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. The Mach 5. That's what I got.
Frank doesn't care.
Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon.
It gets you from point A to point B. It's a vehicle.
There you go.
I would have to say, what is it? The pink Lamborghini that Filthy Frank drives.
Okay.
From Pink Season.
No.
That was almost a real answer.
That was the most real answer out of all of ours.
All right.
Hey, he could go through time actually in one episode with
Ryan.
All right.
What do we do? What do we do it? How do we do it?
All right. So, Sammy says the turtle blimp.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, since I don't want to keep John waiting, so yes. So we also do videos on YouTube at youtube.com/BattleGeekPlus. We do game reviews. We also do sketches, and we also put up the audio version of the podcast there. You can follow us there, subscribe to us there. It's awesome. And I also play games here on Twitch. Twitch.tv/BattleGeekPlus. I play games every Friday and Saturday. Last week I couldn't do it because my graphics card died, but I'm okay again. So this weekend I'm gonna be playing Fortnite and Sonic the Fighters.
Nice.
Woo!
Hey, Christopher just joined us. Well, damn it, he says, because we're just ending the show.
You're a little late there,
Christopher Spicy showed up. You guys are like mortal enemies in Turtles right now. It would have been pretty rad to see you both cross each other on neutral grounds.
Hi, Christopher. Remember me?
So,
And
I killed your brother. I talked just like that.
Frank's eyes are bulging up.
Christopher says, quick, do the whole thing again. Well, you know what? You can listen to the whole thing again on Thursday. Or just watch the video archive of this.
And
I apologize to the sound of Clunk playing.
And actually, Gabe says Captain Falcon's vehicle from F-Zero is his dream car.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, that's a
there you
good
go.
one.
So, anywho, that's what we do. That's where we do it. Right here at twitch.tv/BattleGeekPlus. You can watch some archived kind of stuff over on youtube.com/BattleGeekPlus.
Oh, and also
well.
this Thanksgiving we are having a vodcast of a lot of our past skits, some past broadcasts, and come in and join the fun.
We used to do a lot of sketch comedy back in the day based on gaming. You can watch that if you pop in on our Twitch on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Anywho, that's it for our show this week. We'll be back next Tuesday for the talk show, but Frank, Ryan
Hi.
will... Frank will be doing nothing. Ryan will be doing some streaming on, Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. He'll be back Friday and Saturday to do some game streaming. So, that's it for now. We will talk to you later. Thanks
Take care.
from Battle Geek Plus. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.